Welcome into the Warrior Dome, everyone, for the first game of Westside Warrior basketball here on Tubetown. Andy Manus and Marcus Carlton underneath the headset with you tonight, sitting courtside, ready to bring you this exciting matchup between the Westside Warriors and the Blytheville Chickasaws. Marcus, this is going to be a great game to be a part of, simply for the fact not only are you going to have two fantastic teams out on the floor, these are just two of the best teams in the entire state.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, we did a little research, found out earlier today that this is a top 5 matchup of 4A teams in the state of Arkansas. You've got Blytheville checking in at number 4, and atop the rankings are the defending runner-up in Class 4A, the Westside Warriors. Now, I know Coach Whitmire is that's not a bullseye that he wants on his back right now, and when I tried to talk to him a little bit about it, he just kind of shook me off, kind of like I was trying to talk to him about a no-hitter in the 7th inning. But you can't deny it. You know, these are two of the best teams at 4A in the state. Blytheville, very athletic team. The only loss they have on the season is to Baptist Prep, and if you know anything about 4A basketball in the state of Arkansas, you know about a man named Isaac McBride, a Kansas commit. Blytheville dropped their only loss to McBride and Baptist Prep in the Brooklyn tournament here right around Thanksgiving. So should have a pretty good matchup tonight. Blytheville's a very athletic team, and we saw what Westside could do in the Hurricane Classic this past weekend.
Yeah, that's right. We got to see plenty of Avery Phelps, including that 48-point performance he put up the other night. So definitely excited to get to watch him perform tonight against, as you said, a very athletic team and obviously well coached as well.
Absolutely.
Mackenzie Pierce, one of the up-and-coming coaches in high school basketball in the state of Arkansas, of course, spent some time as an assistant at the University of Arkansas for the Razorbacks, spent a little bit of time down in EPC and kind of helped them rebound after Coach Hill left down there. But now he's in Blytheville, and he's doing some good things, as you mentioned, number 4 in the entire state. So really putting that athleticism to good use in Blytheville. As their starters are announced on the floor, we'll run through them with you. Number 2, Curtis Smith. Number 10, Tedrick Washington. Number 12, Davion Smith. Number 22, Gary Cook. And number 23, Winston Peace. And again, they are coached by Mackenzie Pierce. And now about to be introduced are your Westside Warriors. And of course, we'll go through their starting lineup as well, even though we got pretty familiar with them this past weekend, getting to do a couple of their games.
Indeed.
But we'll go through their lineup. Number 3, Kessler Mack. Number 10, Avery Phelps. Number 15, Dylan Schwartz. Number 23, Jordan Rockers. And number 35, Riley Felkins. So both of these teams getting ready for this matchup. We're excited to be part of it with you. I want to remind you that coverage of Westside Warrior basketball on Tubetown is brought to you by Hubbard & Hope Furniture, Everyday Chef, and SSR Insulation, LLC. Be sure you follow us on social media as well, on Facebook and Twitter. Just search for Tubetown online.
Packed house tonight here at the Warrior Dome. Of course, the way Westside has played the last several years, it would be out of the ordinary and uncommon if there was an open seat anywhere in the house.
Yeah, that's right. And that's one of my favorite things about coming here to do a game. This is one of my favorite places in Northeast Arkansas to do basketball games, is here at the Warrior Dome, because you get that small school environment feeling about it, even though it's not necessarily a small school. But I mean, it's a small gym, as you mentioned. Everybody's packed in tight. So much energy comes out of this place whenever we've got a good game on our hands.
Well, and it's the only domed high school gym that I know of in Northeast Arkansas, maybe even in the entire state. But when it gets loud in here, there's nowhere for that noise to go. It's just going to bounce off of that ceiling and come right back down to the floor, and that plays an advantage for Westside, especially if they start hitting some early threes.
Yep, no doubt about it. I mean, you look at how close also in proximity the fans are to the floor as well.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it kind of reminds you of that Duke atmosphere with the Cameron Crazies and whatnot.
Yeah,
so.
No doubt, no doubt. Hey, Andy, I got our officials here for tonight. We have Sam Wimpy, Mark Harden, and Jarmel Bell are the men in stripes tonight. Mr. Harden steps in, and we are about to get underway.
All right. It's going to be Winston Peace and Jordan Rockers jumping for the tip. They missed the first one, so they're going to get a mulligan on that first one. We're going to act like that one didn't happen. So tip is going to go in favor of Blytheville, and here come the Chicks. Again, Curtis Smith, Tedrick Washington, Davion Smith, Gary Cook, and Winston Peace on offense here for this first possession for the Chicks. Entry pass, first shot no good, rebounded by Rockers. Now here come the Warriors. Felt's going to attempt a three-pointer to start things off. Just a little heat check shot. Now going the other way with the Chicks. There's Cook. Three-point shot on the way now from Washington, off the mark. Rebounded by Mack.
Very fast pace to start the game off here.
Yeah, not wasting any time putting up shots are either one of these teams. Still in the first minute of play. Here's Peace trying to split the defense, and Westside's going to tie it up. Force the jump ball. Arrow is going to point towards the Warriors. So Westside will get it back. 7:07 left to play here in the first.
First possession where either team has really tried to set up and run a set offense, so we'll see what Westside comes out with.
Yeah, both teams just trying to get out on transition on the first few possessions, including the opening tip possession. Here's Rockers from the right elbow, has to pick up his dribble.
Blytheville extending the defense out, not giving any of these shooters an inch.
You can't give that man an inch right there because Feltz is going to pull up. And more times than not, he's going to drop that one in.
Yeah, he didn't miss many over the weekend.
No, he sure didn't at all. Top of the key, three-point shot on the way. Off the mark from Davion Smith. Long rebound, though, stays with the Chicks. And there's a travel as Gary Cook tried to split the defense with a hop step. And he's going to be called for the travel.
Interesting start here, minute and a half in, still no points on the board.
Yeah, this is usually the feeling out process between the two teams. But as you mentioned, nobody's really taking time to set up any plays. They're just trying to go and see who can drop in the first bucket. Loose ball comes up in the hands of the Chickasaws, and now here comes Tedrick Washington. Washington now over for Davion Smith. He's going to get it back. Think about the three. Now Curtis Smith is going to look for something on the baseline.
Westside looks to be in a matchup zone on defense here. Looks like they want to keep Blytheville from penetrating.
And the Chicks are trying to figure out how to spread them out and get the shot they want. There's the entry pass. And Smith catches it at the top of the key. Curtis Smith called for steps there. 5:39 left to play in the first. Gives the ball back to the Warriors, still scoreless in the first quarter. There's Feltz with it. Trying to work against Davion Smith. There's a three-pointer from Feltz. Boy, we can't get the lid off the bucket here in the first quarter. Quick foul called on the rebound.
Yeah, someone forgot to take the cap off these rims.
Dylan Schwartz called for his first personal foul. Just the first team foul on either squad here in the opening quarter. Here's Washington. Excuse me, Davion Smith rather. There's a lob pass into Peace. Peace goes up to get it, fouled from behind, and that's going to be a push, I believe, on Avery Feltz.
I believe they got Kessler Mack.
They did get Kessler Mack. So now Blytheville's going to inbound it underneath their own basket as the foul occurred on the floor. There's a quick lob. There's a swat by Rockers. Curtis Smith comes down with it. What a great block. Chicks hang on to it. There's the drive from the right elbow by Peace. Off the mark. Had to go up through some strong defense. Couldn't get the shot to fall. Westside quickly in the front court. Here's a wide open three-pointer from Mack, and that does it. Gets the lid off the rim. And the Warriors are on the scoreboard. 3-0 with 4:45 left to play in the first.
Great looking shot by Kessler Mack. He got open and took advantage of it.
Well, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Those are the best looking three-pointers. You drop them in without the net even moving. Here's Curtis Smith against Jordan Rockers. Now they're going to work it to the right elbow for Smith. Curtis Smith trapped. Gets it over to Peace. Trying to feed it into Davion Smith. And it's tipped away. The Warriors come up with it. Here's another wide open look for three. Kessler Mack can't hit them back to back. Here comes Tedrick Washington now. 3-on-4 opportunity for the Chicks. And they are on the board. A little floater from Tedrick Washington leaning away from the basket.
Good look for Westside there, or for Blytheville rather.
A 1-point game now, and a offensive foul. I believe that one also going to go on Kessler Mack.
Yeah, that's 2 quick fouls on him, so you're going to see a substitution into the game.
In comes Craig Harp. And Mack will head to the bench. Now Curtis
Only
Smith.
one to score for Westside at this point. Just went to the bench with 2 fouls.
Yeah. There's a feed into Curtis Smith. He can't handle it. Winds up in the hands of Rockers, and it's going to be Gary Cook picking up his first personal foul as he got a bump on Rockers off the loose ball. Comes with 3:41 left to play in the first quarter. First personal foul, first team foul for Blytheville. Here comes Phelps. He's looking to work to the right against Curtis Smith. Here's Falcons working against Peace. Now here's Harp with it. He's going to drive, picks up his dribble. Nice little touch pass from Rockers to Falcons, and he pays off with a 3-pointer. Nice little assist, and it's now 6-2. Nice ball movement by the Warriors on that possession, and now the Chicks going to try to trim the deficit, and a travel called on Tedrick Washington. And the Chicks don't like that call. Coach Mackenzie Pierce doesn't like it either. They're saying that Tedrick Washington lost control of the ball and was the first player to touch it after he lost control, but Coach Pierce is arguing that it was tipped by a player,
right,
which it clearly was, right?
I thought it
looked
was.
like it was.
Yeah. Official Mark Harden sent Tedrick Washington out of the game. I believe it was we'll just call it a wardrobe malfunction. He was pointing at his shorts, so I don't know maybe if his shirt wasn't tucked in or what.
Here's Rockers, thought about the 3, and he traveled, and everybody in the gym knew it.
So we got the wardrobe malfunction fixed, and Washington's back in the game.
Yeah, Jaquan Fowler checks out. 2:42 left to play, still 6-2. Chicks trying to put some points back on the board here.
Big possession here for Blytheville. They need a bucket to kind of stop this little run by Westside.
Well, it's like there's a greased basketball out there trying to get a hold of it. It's going off the fingertips every single time. There's a short 3 shot, and it was blocked by Schwartz. Now here comes Phelps. Phelps with a spin in the paint, and a push called on the Chicks. Coach Pierce arguing his case, but they're going to get Davion Smith with his first personal foul.
See here on the replay, it's kind of he impeded the progress of Phelps, so I mean I think it's the right call.
Yeah, still had his feet moving. So now Schwartz gets the long inbound. Peace comes out to guard him, leaves it with Phelps. Phelps for 3, can't hit. And now Washington comes up with a long rebound. He'll bring it up the floor in the front court. Trying to get it over here to Davion Smith on the left elbow, and a great hustle play. I believe that was Craig Harp.
Yeah, Harp had got just enough of the ball to throw that pass off, and Blytheville's got to reset. Got a substitution into the game for Blytheville. Jaquan Fowler coming in, and he is going to replace Gary Cook.
Pass back court for Curtis Smith. Let him bring it up. He'll be working against Hart. Under 2 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Here's Washington now in the corner for Peace.
I'm sorry, Andy.
You know, it has been a very fast first quarter. He had the first 3 minutes of the first quarter go scoreless. And now with 1:44 left, a foul called on Westside. They're going to get Dylan Schwartz his second personal foul. That'll be the 4th team foul on the Warriors here in the first half. So 3 more will put the Chicks at the line.
McPherson into the game replacing Schwartz after that last foul.
Yeah, Schwartz goes to the bench with 2. Kessler Mack also has 2. Inbound pass stolen away. Warriors come up with it. They've got numbers, but Felkins is going to hold up and set up the offense. Felkins working against Peace, crosses him over, tried to split the defense there. Lots of contact, no foul called. Ball goes out of bounds, and they'll say that the Warriors touched it last. So Chicks with a chance to again trim the margin. 6-2 the score with 1:22 to play in the first.
Yeah, Felkins a little out of control there. There was a lot of contact, but I don't believe there was enough to justify a foul. Another substitution into the game. It's I don't have a number 22 on my roster.
Sure don't.
So we'll have to figure out who that is.
kickball called against the Warriors, so it'll stay here with the Chicks. Curtis Smith trying to hook up with Jaquan Fowler over here in the corner. Long inbound pass goes backcourt, and they'll let Tedrick Washington bring it up the floor. Coach Pierce providing some instruction here on the near sideline. There's the pass to Curtis Smith. Now in the corner, there's the shot they were looking for. Peace got the three-pointer he wanted, couldn't nail the shot. Rockers comes down with the rebound. 1:06 to play here in the first quarter. Here's Feltz, full speed ahead, leaves it with Rockers. Shot is no good, but Rockers will head to the free throw line for our first free throws of this Tuesday evening. Take a look at Feltz as he goes in. Nice floor vision and a nice dump off. Rockers just couldn't nail the shot. I believe it's going to be Jaquan Fowler picking up his first personal foul. That'll be the third team foul on the Chickasaws here in the first half. Rockers hitting his first free throw, makes it a 7-2 ball game. Logan McPherson checking in for our unnamed player.
Yeah, we're working on that. We'll try to get a name for number 22.
Second one on the way for Rockers. He rings it through.
Did he hit both of those?
He did indeed. 8-2 the score now with under a minute left to play. Here's Washington working against Logan McPherson, and McPherson forces a turnover. Rockers comes up with a loose ball, and as he's getting it over to Feltz, he's fouled. So they're going to get Davion Smith with his second personal foul, and that is now number 4 on Blytheville as Gary Cook gets ready to check back in the game, as does Lamont Jackson. That'll send Davion Smith to the bench and also Tedrick Washington. So it's Curtis Smith, Lamont Jackson, Gary Cook, and Winston Peace out on the floor right now for the Blytheville Chickasaws, trailing by 6, 40 seconds remaining. Here's Feltz at the top of the key, who leaves it with Felkins. Looking to get open on a little screen here, a little pick and pop. There's Felkins from the free throw line, nothing but net. Such a pure shot from Riley Felkins. He's got 5 in the quarter.
Great shot there by Felkins.
10-2 with 18 seconds left. Let's see if the Chicks hold for the last shot. Great pass down to Peace on the baseline, but Peace turns it over. 10 seconds left for the Warriors, and Fowler comes up with the steal there, but it's going to be a foul called on Winston Peace. Peace's first personal foul, 15th foul on the Chickasaws here in the first half, so a couple more will put the Warriors at the free throw line.
Yeah, a lot of ball on that play there, but he got him with when he reached around, he hit the body, and they're going to call that pretty much every time.
So Felkins will bring it up the floor. 6 seconds left. Westside going to get the last shot here in the quarter. There's a drive by Felkins, underhanded shot, no good. Rebound goes out of bounds, and it'll be Chick basketball with 0.2 seconds remaining here in the quarter. Maybe enough time for a heave. Nope, not at all. So a quick first quarter in the books here between the Westside Warriors and the Blytheville Chickasaws. After 8 minutes, it is 10-2, Westside leading Blytheville. We're back with the second quarter of Warrior basketball on Tubetown after this.
Oh, hold on just a minute. Are you looking for a new living room suite, a beautiful new bedroom suite, a really comfy recliner?
You need a visit to Hubbard & Hulk Furniture. You'll find a great selection at great prices and a free gift. With any $250 purchase, you'll get a Ginger Mountain Christmas candle absolutely free.
You'll have a Merry Christmas with new furniture, in-store financing, free delivery, and a great smelling house.
At Hubbard & Hulk Furniture, Blytheville and Osceola.
Andy Maness and Marcus Carlton welcome you back to the Westside Warrior Dome, where the Warriors have a 8-point lead over the Blytheville Chickasaws, getting ready to start the second quarter. I want to remind you, live coverage of Westside Warrior basketball on Tubetown is brought to you by First National Bank, Interior Design Plus, and Jonesboro Auto Auction. Big thanks to our sponsors. Could not do this without them. 5 points for Riley Felkins in that first quarter for the Warriors. 3 for Kessler Mack. He started things off in a 0-0 ball game with a three-pointer. Jordan Rockers has contributed 2 points, both from the free throw line for the Blytheville Chickasaws. Their lonely field goal comes from Tedrick Washington. So it is Washington, Curtis Smith, Davion Smith, Winston Peace, and Gary Cook, the starting 5 out on the floor for the Blytheville Chickasaws. All 5 starters for the Warriors out on the floor, as well as Peace will put in a bucket from the right side, and it's now a 6-point ball game. Kessler Mack, Avery Feltz, Dylan Schwartz, Jordan Rockers, and Riley Felkins are your 5 Warriors on the floor right now. Nice little baseline jumper there from Kessler Mack just inside the 3-point line.
Very good play there by Westside, and then they're going to have to pick him up. He's hit several shots already tonight.
Here's Peace now on the left elbow, working on Rockers. Got around him, but ran into the double team. Good defense there from the Warriors, collapsing on the ball carrier. Here's Washington, top of the key, 3-pointer. Drops it in, nothing but net. Beautiful shot there from Tedrick Washington with the defender's hand in his face.
No doubt, no doubt. Both teams seem to be starting to settle in a little bit, so we may be in for some fun here, Andy.
Yep, there it is. First shot from Avery Feltz will fall behind the 3-point line. Give him a triple, and the lead is back up to 8. It's 15-7 now with a minute and a half gone by in the second quarter. Westside certainly feeling the rhythm, and it's almost appeared as if the Chicks were going to get in one as well, but that 3-pointer will ring around but won't fall. Davion Smith off the mark. Here's another one for the Warriors, and it's Kessler Mack. And the heat could be turning up here in the Warrior Dome. Coach Pierce going to call a timeout. Try to stop this run before it gets started. 6:15 left to play.
See right here on the rebound, Westside getting good inside position. That was a problem for them early on this year, but you come down, you give Kessler Mack an inch, and he's going to take a mile. Coach Whitmire giving some instructions here while Coach Pierce is on the other end saying, where's my defense?
Well, we've talked about it a time or two before. This not only is this one of my favorite places to come to do a ball game. I love doing Westside games simply because of the way that they play ball. I think I talked about it this past weekend in the tournament. I can remember sitting exactly where we're sitting a few years ago when Westside played Harrisburg, and Westside hit 18 3-pointers before the third quarter.
Yeah, it's almost like a high school version of what Golden State does.
It really was that night, especially.
Yeah.
I mean, the basket was an ocean that night. After the timeout, 18-7 the score. Chickasaw basketball. Here's Gary Cook with it. They're going to give it up to Curtis Smith. Tedrick Washington trying to drive around the defenders. The Warriors are playing great defense here throughout the first half so far.
Very impressed. The matchup zone that Westside is using right now tends to have Blytheville a little confused on offense.
There's another 3-point shot from Kessler Mack, and you bet he dropped it in.
I've got Mack with 11 points now, 60% from 3-point range. The boy is on fire.
Yep, he's hit 3 3-pointers here in the first half, and it's a 21-7 lead for the Westside Warriors. There's a little turnaround shot from about 3 feet out from Gary Cook. It's off the mark, and we've got a foul on Gary Cook. Missed the shot and a little frustration foul afterwards, trying to get the rebound back.
Good look by Cook here, but Feltz had the rebound, and that's a frustration foul, Andy.
It was.
Clear, plain and simple.
3-point shot off the mark on the other end for the Warriors. A quick shot from them. It'll go out of bounds, and the Chicks will get it back, trailing by 14 here with 5:19 to play in the first half.
Fowler into the game for Blytheville, replacing Gary Cook.
Here's Washington. Yeah, I think the defense is definitely confusing the Chicks because it seems like every time they get into the interior, they're bringing that help defense.
Yes. The defense is, well, there's a good look right there. Straight into the game right off the bench. Daquan Fowler hits a 3-pointer. But, yeah, the collapsing of the help defense is causing some pressure issues.
Yeah, great job so far by the Warriors knowing all of their assignments. A little bumping going on. Jordan Rocker's going to be called for running into Daquan Fowler. He gave him a nice little shoulder bump there when he ran by him at the free throw line.
It was away from the ball, but that had been going on for a few seconds. And, the old adage is the retaliation is always what gets caught with the foul, and it proved to be true right there.
So that'll be an interesting matchup to pay attention to as we continue on here in the second quarter. 4:38 left to play. Rockers now guarding against Peace down there on the low blocks. Fowler's over there in the right corner. It's Curtis Smith with the ball, working against Falcons. Now Washington trying to work off a screen from Davion Smith. There's the drive. Fowler open for three. Shot's too strong. Trying to get the offensive rebound was Washington, but good box out by the Warriors. Now here comes Felts. Felts in the corner for Falcons. He's going to spin, drive against Fowler, and Fowler had his feet moving, so he'll pick up his second personal foul of the evening, and that'll be number 7 on the Chicks. So to the line goes Riley Falcons. 5 points so far on the evening and a chance to put in at least a couple more.
Foul's starting to mount up a little bit for Blytheville here. First free throw, no good.
Yeah, missed the front end of the 1-and-1, trying to get the offensive rebound, but it's the Chicks who come up with it. And a foul call as they're moving up the floor.
Technical foul on Dylan Schwartz. So that's 3 personals on him, I believe.
That is going to be number 3 on Schwartz, but it's also going to be some free throws here for the Chicks.
And to nobody's surprise, Schwartz goes to the bench, and I believe McPherson is going to replace him.
No, he's getting a not quite a lecture, but maybe perhaps a chance to explain himself here. It's going to be Davion Smith hitting the first technical free throw.
Well, and you see 2 possessions in a row there where things kind of got physical, and I think official Mark Hardy just trying to get a handle on things before things get a little too crazy and past the point of no return.
100%. So 2 free throws hit by Davion Smith makes it a 9-point game, 21-12 with under 4 minutes left to play in the half. Here's Curtis Smith with it after the technical free throws.
It's big offensive possession here for Blytheville. Could be a 4 or 5 point swing if they score here.
No look pass to Fowler. Fowler back out to Curtis Smith. 3-point shot on the way, nothing but net. Great ball movement that time by the Chickasaws, and they find the open 3 to make it a 6-point ball game.
Blytheville's found the soft spot in that zone on the corners or up to the wing, and they're taking advantage of it.
Long 3 by Felts is off the mark, trying to chase down the rebound. Were the Warriors, they wind up with it.
Yeah,
Charge going to be called on Falcons.
He was a little out of control driving the lane here.
Take a look at this ball movement by the Chicks a moment ago. There you see the no-look pass, and then the unselfish play there by Fowler to find the open Curtis Smith in the corner.
And that's about the 3rd three-pointer that Blytheville's hit from either corner. Like I said, they seem to have found the soft spot in that matchup zone.
Here's Fowler again looking for Washington. Washington with the head fake. Nice entry pass, but it went right through the hands and the legs of both Davion Smith and Jordan Rockers. Or scratch that, I think that was Avery Felts down on the baseline, but either way it stays here with the Chicks. 3:06 left to play here in the quarter. Fowler inbounds it. We'll set up the offense. Here's Jaquan Fowler. Catches it, and he'll go to the free throw line. So Craig Harp getting ready to check back in as Fowler heads to the free throw line for 3 free ones. Kessler Mack picking up his 3rd personal foul, and that's number 8 on the Warriors here in the first half.
Yeah, fouls picking up on both sides. We may not see Mack for the rest of the half here with 3 minutes left. Craig Harp waiting to check in. I would assume he's going to replace Mack, who just picked up his 3rd foul. So you've got, correct me if I'm wrong, but Mack and Schwartz both have 3 fouls now for Westside.
That's correct. Jaquan Fowler at the free throw line shooting 3, fouled by Mack on that 3-point attempt. He's hit 2 for 2, and he has made it a 4-point ball game. What a run here by the Chicks in the second quarter.
You see it every time, almost every time a technical foul is called, momentum switches.
3 for 3 goes Jaquan Fowler. 5 points here in the quarter for him, and it's now a 3-point ball game. What a run here for the Chickasaws in the second quarter. So far here in the second quarter, it has been a 16-11 run. Make it 16-13. Falcons hitting a 2-pointer there.
It's turning into what we expected it to be, Bandy. Kind of a back and forth, anything you can do, I can do better type of game.
Those are the games we love to be a part of here
Absolutely.
on Tubetown. 2:25 to play in the half, 23-18. Curtis Smith nearly lost it there, gets it over to Washington. Washington with
Good
a nice
pass.
dump off to Peace, and it's
Even
blocked
better
by
block.
Falcons. Felkins shoved it right back down his throat. Now he's going to bring it up the floor for the Warriors.
Great control there by Felkins to get all ball and not hit him with the body either.
And what elevation, too.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I didn't realize Felkin had that kind of ups.
No.
Look at that, great block right there.
And got the rebound. Foul is going to be called on Lamont Jackson. That's going to be number 1 on Jackson, coming in off of the bench for the Chickasaws. It'll put Jordan Rockers at the free throw line. His second trip tonight. He will hit the front end of the 1-and-1, make him 3 for 3 from the free throw line. He's also got 3 points. Lead is back up to 6. Two for 2 on that trip. Jordan Rockers a perfect 4 for 4 from the charity stripe, and it's now 25-18 with $1:55 to play in the half. Here's Fowler. They thought about the double team over there on the right elbow. Very impressed with the Warriors defense so far in the first half. Here's the 3-point attempt. Off the mark, over everything. Phelps comes down with the rebound. Here come the Warriors. Good job avoiding the steal there. Gets it to Felkins. Baseline shot, no good. Rebound goes to the Chicks. There's the double team.
And he stepped out.
And it paid off. Harp and McPherson double teaming Tedrick Washington forced the turnover.
That's a good decision there to go with the pressure. They saw they had him backed up against the baseline, and it was just a one-time deal, kind of a spur of the moment type of play, and it paid off for Westside.
Yeah, good awareness because they saw he rebounded and pretty much on his heels, off balance.
And then they throw the ball away, getting it back.
And there is Lamont Jackson going coast to coast and dropping in a bucket. Might have got away with a treble there at the end of it.
Might have got an extra step on there, but
we'll say it was a step and a half.
Yeah, it'll even out in the long run.
5-point game now, 25-20, 1:05 to play in the half. Let's see if the Warriors want to hold for the last shot.
No shot clock tonight, Andy. We had a shot clock all through the Hurricane Classic, but nothing tonight.
3-point shot from Felkins, off the mark, bit too strong. Here comes Washington. 49 seconds remaining. Last second dump off for Lamont Jackson, and Jackson couldn't handle it. He either wasn't ready for it or it was too high, maybe a combination of the both as you see the two players discussing what just happened.
Yeah, just a little miscommunication there. Somebody may have dipped that ball in the lard again.
Many turnovers if we had here in the first half. It kind of seems that way. 34 seconds and counting remaining in the half and the quarter. Here's Phelps on the drive, leans against the contact. Shot's no good. Didn't get the call. He got the contact he wanted, but now we're going the other way. Here's Jackson. Jackson again takes it coast to coast, and he makes it a 3-point ball game with 15 seconds remaining in the quarter. Here's Phelps working against Jackson. Picks up his dribble. Now Rockers trying to feed it in. Phelps comes up with it. 5 seconds remaining. Don't give him any space. Leaning against the contact. Puts a shot up off the glass. No good. What a half of basketball we have had here in the Warrior Dome, and man, it has flown by. 25-22 is the score. The Chicks trailing the Warriors after 2 quarters. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll come back with some halftime stats for you and break it down and get you ready for the second half of action between Westside and Blytheville. It's all coming up next on the Reader Communications Halftime Show right after this.
Oh, hold on just a minute. Are you looking for a new living room suite? A beautiful new bedroom suite? A really comfy recliner?
You need a visit to Hubbard & Hulk Furniture. You'll find a great selection at great prices and a free gift. With any $250 purchase, you'll get a Ginger Mountain Christmas candle absolutely free.
You'll have a Merry Christmas with new furniture, in-store financing, free delivery, and a great smelling house.
At Hubbard & Hulk Furniture, Blytheville and Osceola.
You live. We put you first. Introducing You First Banking, only at First National Bank.
Denver's Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
It happens every Friday night. Come bid, buy, or sell at the Jonesboro Auto Auction, open to the public. You'll see all makes and models, all price ranges, sold at tremendous savings. We're open daily. All you have to do is call. We'll provide every detail on how to bid, buy, and sell. On Friday nights, go where the dealers go, the Jonesboro Auto Auction at the Bypass and Auction Road.
Bring a new style into your home that you'll love with Interior Design Plus. At Interior Design Plus, we believe everyone should love the look of their home. Located at 3510 Dan Avenue in Jonesboro, Interior Design Plus is dedicated to helping you achieve the look you've always wanted for your home or business. Whether it's freshening up a room or a complete redesign, call Joan or Carrie today and let Interior Design Plus provide the look you'll love for your home or business.
Life doesn't always go as planned. So when a power surge affects your TV, or a breakfast mishap takes out your laptop, Guardware multi-device protection gives you peace of mind, knowing your devices will be repaired or replaced with just one call, and without breaking the bank. Protection you can trust. Guardware from Ritter. Enroll today to keep what matters most protected tomorrow.
How much bandwidth will satisfy your home's hunger? The average household now has more wireless devices in use a day than ever before, including TVs, laptops, tablets, and smartphones. HD streaming and gaming can use large amounts of data and slow down speeds for other users. The more devices you use, the more bandwidth your home needs. So make sure you have enough bandwidth. Get up to 100 megs with internet from Ritter Communications. It's the speed you need to power all your devices. Call today.
No matter what kind of business you own or operate, you need to keep it connected. Ritter Communications delivers the fastest business internet speeds available at a price that won't slow you down. Ritter offers reliable 24-hour service with network monitoring, along with the scalable options your business needs to grow. And we do it all on our own fiber optic network. The choice is yours, and so is the savings. Connect to something better. Call or visit ritterbusiness.com today.
911, what's your emergency?
I'm home alone. Someone is trying to get in the back door.
Find a safe place like in a closet or under a bed, okay?
Okay.
Be very quiet and don't worry. Your home phone gave me your location.
Hurry.
Help is on the way.
Only a dedicated home phone can quickly pinpoint your address for emergency personnel. Cell phones can't. Keep your loved ones safe for less than 60 cents a day with a home phone from Ritter. Call today or go to rittercommunications.com.
Introducing Ritter Home Security. Ritter takes care of protecting what's most important to you, from threats like unwelcome visitors and fire, to making your life easier by putting the control of your home at your fingertips. Use the free app to shut the garage, lock the door, turn off lights, arm the system, and more. You can even turn back the thermostat to help save money on your energy bill. Plus, get a snapshot when your kids get home. It's smart, beautiful, convenient, and ready for your busy life. Ritter Home Security.
For your smartphones, tablets, phablets. For the browsers you carry in your trousers. Wowzers! For your big screens and small screens, short screens and tall screens, get speed that screams. From the top of your desk to the palm of your hand, it's the fastest internet speed in the land.
There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. If you're not getting your internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Ritter Communications. Right by you.
High-speed internet for every grown-up, grandparent, kid, teen, and in between. Ritter's got it. Every JPEG, MPEG, and GIF for the working mom or the working stiff, loaded in a GIF. Whether you're a blogger, gamer, or pixel tamer, don't be a slow-speed blamer. Don't waste your time waiting to load that page. Get Ritter high-speed internet. It's all the rage.
There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. Only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
Technology was supposed to make our lives easier. No one told us about the plethora of glitches, viruses, hackers, hundreds of passwords to remember, and getting all our tech to sync up. Introducing Tech Home. Technology made easy for you and your devices. Tech Home makes it easy to set up, protect, and enjoy your internet-connected devices anytime, anywhere. Security, password management, backup, and premium tech support. Get back in charge of your digital life now with Tech Home.
You work here, you play here, you live here, and yet most of what you watch on television is about somewhere other than here. Until now. We proudly present Tubetown, TV about you. Tubetown is a Ritter Communications exclusive network featuring local sports, community events, unique and original programming from our community. Tubetown takes what's best about television, what's best about the community, and brings them together. Tubetown, only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
Westside High School, Andy Maness and Marcus Carlton with you at halftime. The Westside Warriors lead the Blytheville Chickasaws 25-22 after the first two quarters. Marcus, we ended up getting the game we thought we were going to get after the first quarter. It didn't really seem like it was going to live up to the hype. We had a score of 10-2. The Chicks had only scored one field goal throughout the first 8 minutes, but boy, what a comeback they made here in the second, actually outscoring the Westside Warriors 20-15 in that second period.
Yeah, they just a little bit of a rough start for Blytheville, and honestly a little bit of a rough start for Westside based on of what we've seen of them in this past weekend from the fire starts they had in the previous games that we've covered. But once the saran wrap kind of got off the top of the rims, both teams started hitting some shots, settled in. But Blytheville is still kind of struggling a little bit with the pressure that Westside is giving them on defense. That matchup zone's creating some problems for them. When they try to go into the lane, the help defense collapses, and it just causes a few problems for Blytheville to run their offense like they want to run it.
Yeah, they've had to shoot some, I think they've had to shoot from outside a little bit more than they like to, maybe more than they're comfortable doing so. But as you can see there, they've hit 3 3-pointers out of 7. They've been perfect from the free throw line, though, and so that's definitely helped them keep in it. Right. And, you know, 4 turnovers. They have been turning over the ball a little bit because of, as you just mentioned, that help defense. It seems like every time they try to get into the paint, the Warriors just crash the paint. And if they're not forcing turnovers, they're forcing the Chicks to shoot shots that they're not comfortable with. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a good half of basketball overall for the way that Blytheville battled back and cut it to a 3-point deficit here at half.
That's right. We're getting ready for the second half of action between Westside and Blytheville. Again, the score 25-22. Want to remind you that the Everyday Chef is a proud sponsor of Westside Warriors basketball on Tubetown. From unique products like Mackenzie Childs or dinnerware such as Va'atri or Juliska.
Well done. Well done.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't think I'm saying those right.
No, that's right. That's right.
Va'atri and Juliska.
There you go.
Yeah. 2 original art pieces from Arkansas artists like James Hayes and Miller's Mud. They're your one-stop shop for all your gift and entertainment ideas, as well as bridal registry. The Everyday Chef offers personalized service for all your gift needs and free gift wrapping. The Everyday Chef and the Wofford family are about giving back to the community and want everybody to know they care about their customers and put them first. That's why they're helping sponsor Westside basketball. Make sure you go see the Everyday Chef at 2325 Red Wolf Boulevard in Jonesboro. As you can see, the second half, the third quarter in action. Warriors start off the third with possession, and they will turn it over after a missed shot and a rebound. Chickasaws start the third quarter on the floor with Curtis Smith, Tedrick Washington, Davion Smith, Gary Cook, and Winston Peace. And we'll get you the players on the floor for the Warriors here in just a minute, although it looks like they have all 5 of their starters back out on the floor. Avery Feltz, Dylan Schwartz, Jordan Rockers, and Riley Felkins. There's a turnover. Rockins comes up with it, gives it to Riley Felkins. See if we take some time to get into a rhythm here in this third quarter, but it does not appear so. And how about that assist from Jordan Rockers to Kessler Mack? He just caught it in midair and turned around.
Yeah, Kessler Mack starting the second half off pretty much the same way he started the first half.
Yeah, 4 3-pointers so far through this game. That one being the fourth, and now the lead is up to 6, 28-22. Hop
Nice
step
move
through the defense, and Gary Cook is in the scorebooks for the first time tonight.
Great jump stop there to kind of move around the defense, and he had the easy two.
So now Felkins will bring it up the floor. Looks like they're going to try to get a shot open for Feltz here. They set a screen for him on the left elbow. He said, forget the screen, I'm just going to drain it right in your face. Avery Feltz with his second three-pointer of the evening.
Yeah, the screen almost worked as a decoy there.
There's Peace on the baseline. He's double-teamed. There's a deep three-pointer from Washington. Off the mark. Peace comes down with the rebound. He'll back it back out. Now here's Curtis Smith working against Rockers. Leaves it open in the corner. Wide open three-point look. Off the mark from Davion Smith. Now here come the Warriors. Feltz brings it ahead, and he's going to slow up. He was 1-on-5. It was him against the entire Chickasaw team. He'll slow up. Three-point shot from Schwartz off the mark. And now here come the Chicks trailing by 7. Washington just going to drive the lane. Puts up a shot. Fouled, I believe, on the floor before the shot, so they'll take it out underneath their own basket.
Yeah,
it's going to be, as Marcus just mentioned, Jordan Rockers picking up his second. And there's Washington to inbound it underneath his basket. Long inbounds out to Curtis Smith, and now back to Washington on the baseline.
Like Westside sticking to that matchup zone. Look for them to start trapping out of the corners on this. They had a little bit of a soft spot in that zone early in the first half.
Washington there to corral the air ball, and he will go to the free throw line. Fouled on the way up. Jordan Rockers called for his third personal foul. So now that's 3 of the starting Warriors in foul trouble with 3. Puts up a shot.
Yeah. Foul. They had a little bit of a soft spot in that 2 in the first half. So,
first free throw off the mark from Tedrick Washington. He's got 5 points. This is his first trip to the free throw line. To that point, the Chicks had not missed a single free throw on the evening. They're now 5 for 6. He'll hit that one. He'll go 50% on this trip, and it makes it a 6-point ball game once again. If you remember, the Warriors have led by as many as 8, maybe even more than that.
I think 8 was the highest lead they had.
Feltz with a little heat check three-point shot off the mark from the right elbow, the left elbow rather. Here's Washington with a full head of speed. Deep three-point attempt that time by the Chicks off the mark. Chasing the rebound was Peace. He threw it right to a Westside Warrior. Now here's Rockers. Leaves it for Felkins, who's wide open in the corner. Ring it up, put it on the board. Riley Felkins now into double digits.
Felkins, one half of the F troop. You can't leave him open like that or he's going to nail it.
It was part of the video.
There you
both
go.
Felkins and a Feltz. And boy, that's a broadcaster's nightmare when you don't know which one is which. But thankfully we do know who they are. So Peace with a nice drive, and it had it swatted back in his face. Rockers gets a hand on it. 9-point ball game, 34-25. Here's a fast break steal, 1-on-1. Can't hit the finger roll finish, but Gary Cook will head to the free throw line. Smart foul there by Riley Felkins, just his second. But that's 3 team fouls on Westside here in the third quarter with 4:10 left to play.
No fouls for Blytheville here in the second half.
Playing very disciplined so far. That one will ring through. Second one on the way for Gary Cook, who's now got 3 points. Give him 4 now after hitting both free throws. It is a 7-point ball game, 34-27, nearing the 4-minute mark in the third quarter.
Blytheville extends their man-to-man defense all the way up to half court.
And Curtis Smith coming all the way out to guard Feltz, but you almost have to with this range that he from.
Yeah, he's got sure.
Rockers had his dribble picked up over here on the near sideline. And trying to get it over to Felkins, he turns it over. Felkins a little bit shaken up. I think he just might have got the wind knocked out of him there. He kind of bodied up with Davion Smith, and they both kind of full speed ahead ran into each other. So we're going to get a timeout on the board. A timeout and let Felkins count. For a quick break, I want to remind you live coverage of Westside Warrior basketball on Tubetown is brought to you by Denver's Refrigeration and Micah Tilley Independent Consultant and Rodan and Fields. Back with more here on Tubetown.
Oh, hold on just a minute. Are you looking for a new living room suite? A beautiful new bedroom suite? A really comfy recliner?
You need a visit to Hubbard & Hoke Furniture. You'll find a great selection at great prices and a free gift. With any $250 purchase, you'll get a Ginger Mountain Christmas candle absolutely free.
You'll have a Merry Christmas with new furniture, in-store financing, free delivery, and a great smelling house.
At Hubbard & Hoke Furniture, Blytheville and Osceola.
Welcome back to the Warrior Dome. Andy Maness and Marcus Carlton here with you in the third quarter. 34-27 is the score. The Westside Warriors lead the Blytheville Chickasaws by 7 with about 3:46 left to play here in the third quarter. Warriors wanted to call a timeout and give Riley Felkins a chance to catch his breath. Kind of got the wind knocked out of him a moment ago, but seems to be all right now and ready to go. Rockers to inbound it, gets it to Mack, now to Felkins. He'll bring it up the floor for the Warriors, working against Winston Peace. There's a three-pointer from Mack, off the mark. And Gary Cook will get the rebound for the Chicks. Now here comes Tedrick Washington, weaving in and out of defenders, leaves it on the elbow. Now a baseline three-point shot from Peace will find the bottom of the net. Winston Peace with his 5th point. And that's a big one, makes it a 4-point ball game.
Yeah, nice shot there for Peace. He took the step back and nailed the corner three. Once again, that corner seems to be the soft spot on Westside's defense.
They've been looking for baseline quite a bit this evening. The Warriors are doing a good job of closing it off at times, but that time, as you said, Peace just gets the step back look. Peace comes up on the rebound there, and I believe it's going to be Jordan Rockers called for a foul on the rebound. That'll be number 4 on Rockers, so he'll come out of the game and take another look at this step-back jumper by Peace. Just one dribble to get behind the line and drains it in the face of the defense.
That could be big for Westside, having 4 fouls on Jordan Rockers. He played some pretty good D here in the second half.
Several blocks in that first half as well.
Yeah.
Logan McPherson comes in for him. It's Tedrick Washington now for 3. Off the mark. Here comes Feltz with the rebound. He'll bring it up the floor, sprinting. Oh, tried to leave it on the other side of the lane, and I believe a charge called on Avery Feltz. Came in a little bit too recklessly that time.
Yeah, just his first foul, but I believe he was just a little bit out of control there. I didn't see who drew the charge for Blytheville, but they apparently stood their ground.
5 team fouls on the Warriors here in the second half, so 2 more will put the Chicks at the line for the remainder of the game. Blytheville still no personal fouls. Here's a steal from Feltz. He'll finish with his left hand, and it is now a 6-point ball game once again. Great vision there by Avery Feltz to steal that pass.
That's a big steal and conversion there for Westside, because Blytheville was coming down with a chance to cut this to a 1-possession game.
Here's Peace working against Feltz. Peace goes up, shot will fall, no call on the contact. Coach Pierce can't believe it. He believes it ought to be an and-one opportunity. There's Feltz for 3, can't get it. Got his own rebound though. Another shot, no good. McPherson fighting for the board. He did get it. He'll put it back and he'll go to the free throw line. Great hustle play there by Logan McPherson. Watch him fight down there in the trees, gets the little push there, and I believe they are going to get Davion Smith on that foul. That'll be the 3rd on Smith, and that'll be just the 1st in the second half for the Chickasaws as McPherson gets the and one. 3 points in the game for him. It makes it a 7-point game once again, 39-32.
Seems like Westside is almost toying with Blytheville because they'll let them get it to about 4 points, and then they come down and make a big play. And then
back down to 4.
Here's that man again. Winston Peace having a big third quarter.
8 points for him. He's now to double digits with 10 in the ball game. Here's Felkins from the left elbow off the drive. What a move by Felkins to get around the defender who was set up for the charge.
Yeah, great body control there to avoid the contact and possibly draw another charge.
Yeah, Peace had his feet planted and was ready to go, but Felkins just went right around him. And on the other end, it's going to be Tedrick Washington dropping in his second triple of the game.
Here we go. Blytheville making a little run again. We're down to a 3-point lead for Westside.
Here's Feltz. Heat check three-point shot off the mark. Washington comes down with it. He's going to weave his way through the traffic and make his way up the floor. He's going to drive, takes a big step, fouled on the way up, and he'll go to the free throw line with a chance to make it a 1-point game.
Yeah, they're going to get McPherson on that foul.
Take another look at this drive by Felkins. Went right around Peace at the last second. There's that three-pointer by Washington moments ago. And now here he is shooting free throws. He will hit the front end of this trip. And now Washington into double digits with 10 points.
Fowler and Lamont Jackson back into the game for Blytheville.
That'll send Winston Peace and Davion Smith to the Chickasaw bench. The second free throw will drop for Tedrick Washington.
1-point game, Andy.
41-40. This is as close as it's been since we started. 50 seconds remaining. The Warriors can hold for the final shot if they want to. Felkins out near the timeline, guarding him is Curtis Smith. Excuse me, Gary Cook, rather.
If Westside holds this for the 45 seconds that was remaining on the clock, it may be the longest single possession of the night.
Here's Jaquan Fowler coming up with a steal for the Chicks. There's a spin, wide open three-point shot. Chicks can't take the lead. Offensive rebound, put back no good. Another offensive rebound. And now they'll head to the free throw line. Kessler Mack can't believe it. If that foul's on him, that'll be number 4. And it's going to go on Riley Felkins. Man, how many chances can you get if you're the Chickasaws? Third personal foul on Riley Felkins. That's the 7th on the Warriors. So the Chickasaws are at the free throw line for the rest of the night. At the free throw line, Lamont Jackson, he hits the first of 2. Still one more to come. Peace checking back into the game.
Who did he replace, Andy?
Peace came back in for Jaquan Fowler. Nope, Fowler's still in there. Jackson could not hit his second free throw, so he just ties it up at 41 with 3 seconds remaining. Feltz will now head to the free throw line. And that is the second personal foul on Lamont Jackson.
It's like he replaced Curtis Smith, I believe.
Feltz hits his first free throw on this attempt. Or this trip, rather. This is the first time he's been to the free throw line tonight. Second one will fall as well, and now it's a 2-point lead again. 2 seconds remaining. There's a three-point shot at the buzzer, just off the mark, and that didn't miss by much. But we're headed to the 4th. Chickasaws trailing the Westside Warriors by 2. It's 43-41. And we're back with the 4th quarter of action right after this. You're watching Westside Warriors basketball on Tubetown, live local from Ritter Communications.
You live. We put you first. Introducing You First Banking, only at First National Bank.
And Marcus Carlton welcome you back to the Warrior Dome, where you see Coach Whitmire talking things over with his team. They have a 2-point lead over the Blytheville Chickasaws as we begin the 4th quarter. 43-41 is your score. What a quarter that last one was. The Chickasaws tying it up at 41, and then Phelps taking it to the hoop with about 3 seconds left, gets fouled, and he's able to regain the West Side lead at the charity stripe, hitting both of his free throws. He's now got 11 points He's now got 10 points on the evening. And a perfect 2 for 2 from the free throw line. The Chickasaws will start the fourth quarter with possession. And here we go. All 5 starters out on the floor for the Chickasaws. 3-point shot on the way and good, but I don't know if they stepped out of bounds or nope, travel on the Chicks. For the Warriors to start the fourth quarter, it's Mack, Schwartz, Feltz, McPherson, and Felkins. Here's Felkins at center circle, working to the right off the screen. There's the roll from McPherson, but good job by the Chickasaws closing off that lane. Trying to set a screen here for Feltz to get him open, it looks like. Well, Chickasaw fans here near us want to travel, but they're not going to get one. Now here's Feltz standing near the timeline with about 7 minutes left to play in the ball game. Again, Westside leading by 2. Here's Felkins on the weave. There's a crossover, got a little bit of space. Free throw line jumper, no good. Rebound goes to the Chicks. Peace hauling that one in. They push it ahead. Curtis Smith picks up his dribble. Peace. Nice head fake on the 3. Steps up to the free throw line, and he'll tie it back up at 43. 12 points in the game now for Winston Peace. Feltz with it near the timeline. He'll cross over, working to his right, trying to find some space of his own. Here's Felkins, steps into a deep three-pointer. Nothing but net at the top of the key. Ring it up and put it on the board.
Andy, he was almost standing on the E of the Westside logo that stretches across the half-court circle. I mean, just incredible range by several players on this Westside team. Three-pointer by Blytheville misses everything. Felkins with the board and brings it back. We'll see what Westside has this possession.
Spins, short shot, offensive rebound. Here's Schwartz leaning into the defense, and he's going to get hacked on his way up. He'll go to the free throw line. Yeah, Davion Smith was standing right in front of him and had his hands straight up in the air, but it's Winston Peace you'll see here, number 23, come flying in and hit Schwartz on his shot right there. Oh, it looked like he might have gotten all ball there, but maybe the body contact is what they call him for. Schwartz misses his first free throw. Maybe the ball don't lie.
Rocker back in, replacing McPherson for Westside.
That foul, by the way, the second on Peace, just the third team foul on the Chickasaws in the second half. Short on the second. Schwartz can't hit either one of them. The lead remains at 3. Washington with a head fake, steps up, he'll drive now, just inside the free throw line, shot no good. Rebound goes to Rockers. Rockers double teamed, he gets it ahead to Felkins. Felkins in the front court now, trying to get the body contact foul there. Good job by him, he doesn't get the call. Shot no good, but the putback by Dylan Schwartz is good. And Schwartz is in the books now with his first 2 points, and it's a big 2 points. It brings the lead back out to 5 for the Warriors. Here's Smith, they work it around to Fowler. Fowler will now work back to the elbow. He'll step back, thought about the 3 there, picked up his dribble though. Curtis Smith thought about the wide open 3, he's gonna drive baseline. He'll put up a shot and he'll go to the free throw line. Very minimal contact it looked like there on Dylan Schwartz, but Schwartz is gonna pick up his 4th personal foul, and that'll be team foul number 8 on the Warriors. Here in the second half, 5:08 remaining, it's 48-43. And the first free throw from Curtis Smith will ring around but won't fall. Second one on the way, that one will fall. 1 for 2 on that trip, makes it a 4-point ball game, 48-44, 5 minutes remaining here in this one. Here's Feltz, who goes behind his back. He'll hold up and give it to Felkins now. Oh, Fowler and Mack having themselves a little battle here at the top of the key. Here's Felkins on the drive, goes right over the defense. Oh, and Coach Pierce is so mad right now, he just threw his jacket. I don't know how he came out of his jacket that fast, to be honest with you. That was pretty impressive, but the foul called on Tedrick Washington nonetheless. That'll be just his first. Take another look, and it looked like Washington had his feet set, but I don't know if they got him for leaning backward too early there. Might need some help from our friend Wes Cisco on that one. Coach Pierce is getting an explanation from the referee now. So Washington, they need a substitution. Lamont Jackson will come into the game. Coach Pierce still asking for an explanation. Here's Felkins at the free throw line. Off the mark on the first. And lots of, I said it a minute ago, but we're hearing it a lot now around us. Ball don't lie.
Yeah, no doubt.
He missed them both. 4:45 left to play. Here's Peace, leaves it on the baseline for Jackson. Now Fowler open in the corner. Three-point shot, no good. Here comes Feltz. Feltz 1-on-4. Now the rest of the team will catch up. Schwartz gets it. Now to Felkins. Oh, thought about the three, and he's fouled hard. I think Jackson was going up to try to get a piece of that, and instead he got all of Felkins, but foul is going to be on the floor.
Yeah, he bit on the pump fake pretty
well.
hard.
It looks like he actually ran into his own teammate, and that's why he collided with Felkins in the way that he did.
Pretty hard hit right there.
Chickasaw's almost had an extra player run on the court there. It was almost 6-on-5. Here's Mack on the drive, leaves it with Feltz. Feltz can't hit the up and under. Long rebound, winds up in the hands of Jaquan Fowler. Fowler will slow up, trying to get around Feltz. Feltz is doing everything he can do to come up with a steal here.
Nice baseline drive there.
Curtis Smith. He's now got 6 points in the ball game, and that makes it a 2-point deficit once again. Chickasaw's trying to knot it back up or at least take a lead, but Feltz is going to shoot a three-pointer off the mark. Probably the only player other than Felkins on the team with a green light to take a shot like that.
Yeah, might have been a little quick on that possession.
Here's Peace. Peace lost it. Warriors dive on it, and Felkins comes up with it. 3:27 left to play in the ball game. It's still a 2-point lead for the Warriors.
Great hustle there by Jordan Rockers to dive for the loose ball. That's his third steal of the night, Andy.
Feltz talking with Coach Swift right now, wanting a timeout, and they're going to get one. Excuse me, Coach Whitmire, beg your pardon. But did too many JHS games this weekend. 3:13 left to play here in the ball game. 48-46 the score. We'll go ahead and step aside for a quick timeout. We're back with more action here from the Westside Warrior Dome right after this. Good hit.
Denver's Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
Andy Maness and Marcus Carlton welcome you back to the Warrior Dome. You see Coach Mackenzie Pierce talking things over with his team. It's Coach Whitmire who called the timeout for his team. 48-46 is the score.
Big possession here for Westside. It seemed like every time Blytheville, with the exception of once or twice that they've had a chance to tie it up, Westside has come down and put it out of range of that one possession game. So it's be interesting to see what kind of play is drawn up here by Coach Whitmire and Coach Smith for the Westside Warriors.
Yeah, you saw right before the timeout, Avery Feltz came over and they were conversing, and then Coach Whitmire got the timeout called so they could draw up, as you said, draw up a good play here.
Blytheville turning up the defensive pressure here.
Yeah, they're guarding right at half court. Feltz goes back court. He's guarded by Curtis Smith. There's the screen, working to his left. Feltz looking for some space. It looks like maybe beyond that three-point line. There's the switch. Blytheville doing a good job switching on the man, though. There's Mack for three, and Mack drains a deep three-pointer. 17 points in the game now for Kessler Mack.
5 3-pointers. He's 5 out of 9 on the night from three-point range, Andy. Just a great game tonight for Kessler Mack.
Can't give him any space. Now here's Peace in the paint, guarded by Rockers. Goes right up and over him. Great job there by Winston Peace.
And a big answer there for the Blytheville Chickasaws, because that keeps it back at a one-possession game as time is starting to become a little bit of a factor here.
Peace almost poked that one loose. Felkins on the drive. The leaner's no good, and it's Washington who comes up with the rebound. Behind his back, lost it, regained, and the shot's no good. Not a bad idea there by Tedrick Washington trying to hit it in transition, but now with 2:05 left to play, his team's still trailing by 3.
You got to like the odds there of getting that close of a shot in that position. It just didn't go down.
Felkins working against Peace. Into Feltz. Well, can't let him set his feet because he will put up that shot. Feltz working against Curtis Smith. 1:45 remaining in the game. No shot clock, of course, here during the regular season.
Andy, I think if I'm running the possession for Westside, I'm trying to find number 3. He's got the hot hand tonight.
Well, no call there. A lot of contact between Dylan Schwartz and Tedrick Washington, but no foul called. And now one is called on Winston Peace. That'll be his 3rd personal foul, and that is team foul number 6 on the Chickasaws. And now the Warriors to inbound it. 1:30 left to play here in this one. 3-point ball game. There's a lob into Feltz. They double team him. He splits the double team. He's going to go right at the rack. Up and under. Can't hit the shot. Rebound goes to Kessler Mack.
How about that? Great rebound by Mack. Not only is he hitting the threes, but he comes up with a very key rebound for Westside and allows them to keep possession as we approach the 1-minute mark left in the game.
Now, there were no Chickasaws on that side of the floor to box him out to get the rebound. Here's Feltz near the timeline, finds Schwartz all alone at the top of the key.
Yeah, Westside just playing a little keep away here. They're going to make Blytheville foul them, and looks like Westside's going to be shooting free throws the rest of the way.
Curtis Smith picking up his first personal foul.
It's a good, clean game there by Curtis Smith to be. We're under a minute left in the game. He's just now picking up his first foul, and he's been out there the majority of the night.
He has been.
Westside taking no chances. They've got everybody back ready to play defense after the free throws.
First free throw will fall. And Marcus, this may, a lot of people may have different feelings than I do, but I really enjoyed covering the tournament this past weekend with the shot clock.
I did too.
I really think it adds a different element to the game that these kids are not used to, and it was just fun kind of seeing how they adjusted to that. But you see, we're in a situation right now where you got a minute and a half left on a game clock, and you don't have to put up a shot. This is where I'd really like to see a shot clock come into play.
Yeah, I enjoyed the shot clock as well, as you see Kessler Mack hitting one of his big threes on the night. But it eliminates, it almost forces the play to go instead of playing keep away for 90 seconds, sometimes even 2 minutes. I mean, we've seen games at the NEA tournament before where early in the game, the kids would stand out there at half court and hold the ball for 7 minutes of the 8-minute quarter.
Absolutely.
And it puts you to sleep, and it avoids that. Now, obviously, we've not had that tonight, but it would change Westside's look a little bit, where they were just trying to play keep away. At some point there, within 35 seconds, they were going to have to go to the hole, but that's not the case tonight. But hopefully we'll get there in the next year or so.
I would really like to see that. 53-48 the score after the timeout. Here come the Chickasaws. Washington for Curtis Smith. He picks up his dribble, gets it out to Washington again. Fowler thought about the three. He's going to drive baseline. There's the baseline trap.
Blytheville taking a lot of time on this possession.
Trailing by 5 here. 3-point shot off the mark, missed everything. It's Feltz who comes down with a rebound. Feltz bringing it up the floor. And there's the foul from Fowler.
Yeah, they're going to get an intentional foul. You see a two-handed push there on Feltz. Frustration setting in. I didn't see who it was.
It was Jaquan Fowler who was playing football out here a little bit. It didn't look like it was too hard. He was just running and.
Yeah, it's just the two-hand push, not making a play on the ball. That's textbook intentional foul. So.
Coach Whitmire
which they called intentional, but everybody's lined up here, so they may have waved off the intentional.
Yeah, Coach Whitmire's looking at, or having some conversation with the referee about that now.
Substitution into the game. Lamont Jackson coming back in and replacing Jaquan Fowler. Yeah, Mark Harden made the hand signal for intentional foul, but I don't know maybe if he was overruled or what. But either way, it doesn't matter because Felts nails the first free throw.
Second one on the way.
And the second.
It'll fall.
7-point game now. You got to be in a big hurry here if you're Blytheville.
Curtis Smith, three-pointer, off the mark. Felts comes down with the rebound, 15 seconds left.
Pretty much academic at this point.
Yep. Washington will pick up his second foul, and a standing ovation here for the Westside Warriors, who look like they're going to hang on to a win on this Tuesday evening in front of a home crowd. 9.4 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter as Felts attempts the front end of a 1-and-1. First one is good. Not quite a 48-point performance, but still an outstanding performance nonetheless from Avery Felts.
Yeah, average 31 points a game in the Hurricane Classic. You're allowed a 14.9.
No doubt about it, especially when you got teammates like Kessler Mack and Riley Felkins. Oh, we got a technical call by one of the referees here on Coach Mackenzie Pierce. Coach Pierce not happy with the way maybe some officiating has gone down the stretch here. Now he's explaining himself to the other referee as Felts is at the free throw line. Second one on the way, he'll hit that one too.
He hit both on that?
He did indeed.
We had some foot traffic here in front of us and couldn't see the first one.
6.2 seconds remaining, and it's still Warrior basketball after the technical timeout.
We've got Felts 8 of 8 from the free throw line tonight. That's delivering in the clutch.
And he'll also
get one more.
Finish near 20 points. He'll get one more as time expires. 61-48. I don't think Coach Pierce is happy about that one at all, but nonetheless, his team will walk out of here with a loss under their belt tonight. The Westside Warriors come away with a victory on their home court, 61-48. Again, the final score. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll give you the final game stats and put a bow on this one on this Tuesday night. Do want to remind you that the Everyday Chef is a proud sponsor of Westside Warriors basketball on Tubetown. From unique products like Mackenzie Childs or dinnerware such as Vietri or Juliska, to original art pieces from Arkansas artists like James Hayes and Miller's Mud. They are your one-stop shop for all your gift and entertainment ideas, as well as bridal registry. The Everyday Chef offers personalized service for all your gift needs and free gift wrapping. The Everyday Chef and the Wofford family are about giving back to the community. They want everyone to know that they care about their customers and always put them first. Come by and see them today at the Everyday Chef, 2325 Red Wolf Boulevard here in Jonesboro. We're back to wrap it up right after this.
Bring a new style into your home that you'll love with Interior Design Plus. At Interior Design Plus, we believe everyone should love the look of their home. Located at 3510 Dan Avenue in Jonesboro, Interior Design Plus is dedicated to helping you achieve the look you've always wanted for your home or business. Whether it's freshening up a room or a complete redesign, call Joan or Carrie today and let Interior Design Plus provide the look you'll love for your home.
Hold on just a minute. Are you looking for a new living room suite? A beautiful new bedroom suite? A really comfy recliner?
You need a visit to Hubbard & Hulk Furniture. You'll find a great selection at great prices and a free gift. With any $250 purchase, you'll get a Ginger Mountain Christmas candle absolutely free.
You'll have a Merry Christmas with new furniture, in-store financing, free delivery, and a great smelling house.
At Hubbard & Hoke Furniture, Blytheville and Osceola.
You live. We put you first. Introducing You First Banking, only at First National Bank.
Denver's Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
It happens every Friday night. Come bid, buy, or sell at the Jonesboro Auto Auction, open to the public. You'll see all makes and models, all price ranges, sold at tremendous savings. We're open daily. All you have to do is call. We'll provide every detail on how to bid, buy, and sell. On Friday nights, go where the dealers go, the Jonesboro Auto Auction at the Bypass and Auction Road.
Bring a new style into your home that you'll love with Interior Design Plus. At Interior Design Plus, we believe everyone should love the look of their home. Located at 3510 Dan Avenue in Jonesboro, Interior Design Plus is dedicated to helping you achieve the look you've always wanted for your home or business. Whether it's freshening up a room or a complete redesign, call Joan or Carrie today and let Interior Design Plus provide the look you'll love for your home or business.
Life doesn't always go as planned. So when a power surge affects your TV, or a breakfast mishap takes out your laptop, Guardware multi-device protection gives you peace of mind, knowing your devices will be repaired or replaced with just one call, and without breaking the bank. Protection you can trust. Guardware from Ritter. Enroll today to keep what matters most protected tomorrow.
How much bandwidth will satisfy your home's hunger? The average household now has more wireless devices in use a day than ever before, including TVs, laptops, tablets, and smartphones. HD streaming and gaming can use large amounts of data and slow down speeds for other users. The more devices you use, the more bandwidth your home needs. So make sure you have enough bandwidth. Get up to 100 megs with internet from Ritter Communications. It's the speed you need to power all your devices. Call today.
Welcome back to the Warrior Dome. Andy Maness and Marcus Carlton here, ready to wrap things up on this Tuesday evening after a Westside Warrior victory. They come away with a win over the Blytheville Chickasaws at 61-48. Marcus, the score doesn't really reflect the game that we saw. I mean, through the second and third quarters and really throughout the majority of the fourth, it was very much a back-and-forth ball game between these two teams.
Yeah, I would say for the majority of the game, anywhere from a 3 to 6 point game back and forth. Kind of got away from Blytheville there at the end. Westside started making or shooting a lot of free throws there towards the end of the game. They started playing keep away and made the final score a little bit more clear cut, I guess, than what we could say the rest of the game was.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you look at just compare the first quarter to the rest of the game, it was 10-2 after the first, and then it was 25-22, and then, as Marcus said, throughout the majority of the game, it was held at 3. The lead was anywhere from 3 to 6 points for Westside, but they do come away with a win tonight against 61-48. Taking a look at the stats, man, what a night for Kessler Mack.
big, big night for Kessler Mack. And, you know, if you look at this Westside team, he's not necessarily the guy that you would consider to be the top threat, you know, but the plan was to, you know, control Felkins and make somebody else beat them, and Kessler Mack stepped up and filled that role. 17 points on the night, 5 3-pointers on the night. I believe Kessler Mack was 5 out of 9 from three-point range. That's 55%. Anybody on your team shoots 55% from three-point range, you're going to win a lot of ball games. But, Andy, something I've got to point out, because I'm a big fundamental guy, look at the free throws for each team. Okay, Blytheville goes 12 out of 14 from the free throw line. Most of the time, if you go 12 out of 14 from the free throw line, you're going to win the game. But if you flip over to the other side, Westside was 15 of 20, which is just almost as good of a percentage. So, you know, good fundamentals played by both teams. Strong defense by both teams. Free throws were big. You know, even scoring for Westside. You had Kessler Mack was 17. Avery Feltz ended up an off-shooting night for Feltz. But you look up, and he's got 16 points. And then also Riley Felkins ended up being the leading scorer for Westside. 19 points on the game for Riley Felkins. For Blytheville, the other side, you had Winston Peace with 14 points, Tedrick Washington with 11, and then Curtis Smith and Jaquan Fowler both had 6. So there's not just one single solitary guy for either team that stands out above the rest. It's very even, very balanced scoring for both teams. I can't wait for the rematch that we have on this coming up in January when we make the trip over to Mississippi County. Speaking of that, our next Westside basketball broadcast will be this Monday night, December 10th. And this is a rivalry game. You know, for the longest time, Westside and Valley View were rivals, and it seems like Brooklyn has kind of stepped into that role with Valley View. And there's some, you know, to compare it to Georgia Tech, it's good, clean, old-fashioned hate between Westside and Brooklyn. We'll be up at the Palace there at Brooklyn on Monday night, and looking forward to that one as well.
Yeah, that one's always going to be a fun one to part of. Love going to Brooklyn's gym almost as much as I love coming to this one for the exact same reason.
Absolutely.
You get that same kind of environment. You get that same kind of atmosphere, and obviously the two teams being in close proximity, and the fact that there's not really any love lost between the two teams. I think that it's going to be a packed house. So again, make sure you join us next Monday night, December 10th. Again, Brooklyn will be taking on your Westside Warriors. So,
hey, Andy, just real quick, I want to hit our sponsors one more time.
Absolutely.
Without those guys, it wouldn't be possible for us to be here having fun at these games. Hubbard & Hope Furniture, Everyday Chef, SSR Installation LLC, First National Bank, Interior Design Plus, Jonesboro Auto Auction, Denver's Refrigeration, and Micah Tilley, an independent consultant for Roden and Fields. So thank you to all of our great sponsors that helped pull tonight's game off.
That's right. Make sure you go by and see them. Tell them we sent you. For Marcus Carlton, I'm Andy Manus signing off for this Tuesday night. We'll be back with you next Monday for more Warrior basketball right here on Tubetown.